Hi guys, D900man here from MyGreatPhone.com, and this is going to be our full review of the HTC One X. Now this device is absolutely massive with a whole 4.7 inch touchscreen. Now this screen has got superior, and I mean superior quality, and you can see that the viewing angles of the screen, well, they're second to none. You get really excellent viewing angles. Everything on the device is really nice and crisp, and that's generally down to the Super IPS LCD2 capacitive touchscreen. And this thing has got a screen size of 720 by 1280 pixels, which, if you're talking about pixels per inch, equates to 312. So you get a really nice crisp screen. The colours on it are absolutely amazing and everything just pops on it. Now, we talked in the last video when we did the overview that you do get several connectivity options. You obviously get your Wi-Fi A, B, G and N. You get NFC technology built in, GPS and also Bluetooth 4.0. Now there's no removable back cover to get to the battery like we mentioned before, and there's also no upgradable storage. So this thing comes with 1 GB of RAM and 32 GB worth of storage on there. Now that 32 GB storage, you only actually get 26 GB of user available storage. The rest is taken up with the operating system. Now this is running Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0, and on top of that it's running HTC Sense, which I've had no problems with at all. Quick guided tour like we did last time. You get your micro USB connector to sync and charge, you get your speaker at the bottom, another speaker at the top, 3.5mm jack, obviously your sleep wake button and also your volume buttons. On the back you're getting that 8 megapixel camera, which is able to take full 1080p video, and on the front you're going to be getting a 1.3 megapixel camera that's capable of 720p footage. Now on the bottom of the device you're getting 3 capacitive buttons. You're getting your home button, a back button and this button here, which allows you to enter your multitasking and then just swipe to get rid of it. Now this is running quad core processor with a 5th core just doing minor tasks in the background. And that's what makes this thing super snappy. I did a boot up test between this and my iPhone 4S, and the HTC One X just took 9.7 seconds to boot up, which for a smartphone is extremely fast, whereas my iPhone 4S actually took 35 seconds to boot up. So really superior device, and this is probably the fastest device on the market at the moment. Now I just want to show you a few things about HTC Sense. So the easiest way to get into the settings menu is to pull down the bar at the top with any Android phone and go into settings. Now you get a whole range of options in the personalization. You get the HTC Sense option, which you can pick a number of different variety screens. So in here you have the HTC, which is the current one that you're using. You then get social, which brings in your social feeds such as Twitter, Facebook. You then get work, so it'll tell you any appointments. You get play, which is a list of things like YouTube, internet and this glorious clock. And then you also get travel, which has many different clocks on the screen, so you can actually see what the time is in different countries. If we move down to skins, you can see that once again there's a variety of skins that you're going to get: aluminium, serene, matte, which is really nice, so you're able to get this device exactly how you want it to look in. We showed you a number of the wallpapers in the last video when we did the overview. Now one thing that I do like is the lock screen wallpaper. So in here you can see that there's a number of different options. Again, you have your current one, you then have productivity. So basically it shows you any missed calls, any messages, any appointments that you have on the lock screen. You can have your photo album, so you can see all your different photos. You have a friends stream, so you can see all your different feeds from things like Facebook and Twitter. You then have weather, so you can have the weather zooming out at you. I really particularly like that one. Have people, so you can directly dial people straight from your lock screen. You then have a clock, and you can also then see stocks. So like I said, you are able to get this exactly how you like it. Now if I just lock the device and then boot it up to the lock screen, you can see that you have 4 different icons. Now these are customizable and you're able to boot straight into any one of these. So if we take messages, you just drag into the little circle and it boots you straight into messages. And that's a feature that I really do like, because you can then, instead of having to unlock your device, you can go straight into it. So while we're in messages, I just want to show you the keyboard. Now this is an absolutely massive keyboard on the HTC One X, and that's down to that 4.7-inch screen. You can actually see that the keyboard takes up half the screen in size. Now texting on this is no problem if I show you, and I have to say the predictive text on this is far better than my iPhone 4S. You get haptic feedback, which is really nice, so you do know that you are pressing the buttons. However, I do feel that some of the buttons on the keyboard are in the wrong place, and this is down to the HTC Sense keyboard. As you can see here, the 1, 2, 3 to change the top row of keys is actually on the right hand side, where I would prefer it to be on the left hand side, because it just seems to make sense. Now I don't know whether that's coming from my daily use as an iPhone 4S user, and it'd be something I'd have to get used to, but unfortunately I just don't like that. You also get this row of cursor keys, so you can move everything round, and once again, not something that I like. I don't feel that they need to be there. So although you're getting a major screen size for the keyboard, it seems a bit crowded for my liking. So let's just get rid of a few things there. Now if we go into the home screen, you can see that you have got a number of different widgets. So you can see people, you have your Google feature at the top so you can search, you have your calendar, and then you can have also a number of different other widgets. So if I just tap and hold onto the screen, you can see that I have a number of different widgets that I can choose from: calculators, calendars, analog clocks. And if I then just select that one, if I was to select that, and then I can move it onto a page like so. So I could put it onto a new page, and I can select current location, and if I come out of that now, you should be able to see that I have a new clock. So the widgets feature is really nice. So, and there's absolutely loads to choose from. I can go into bookmarks, calculators, calendars, clocks, FM radios, Facebook, Friends Stream, a variety of different things. You get things from Google Android, but also because of HTC Sense on here, you get all the widgets that contain them to there. Now you don't just have to have widgets, you can also have applications, so you can get to pick from all your different applications, and then there's also different shortcuts that you can have on as well. Now one thing that I do like about Ice Cream Sandwich on the HTC One X and HTC Sense is that you actually get horizontal scrolling rather than that vertical scrolling method, and that's something that I do prefer. I don't have to want to scroll up and see masses and masses full of different icons. I do find this page view a lot better. Now you can see all of them, your favourite, or anything that you have downloaded, and obviously the HTC One X is running Google's new Play Shop, so you are able to download an absolute variety of different applications. Also, as you can see in the favourites box here, you can create folders, whether that be in the applications menu or on your home screen, so everything's not going to get all cluttered. So if I just show you the internet browser now, because of this massive 4.7 touchscreen, you are able to get a really good browser experience. So if we just search for MyGreatPhone and click the go button, you can see that there's a very fluid motion, and that's once again thanks to that quad-core processor. Everything on here renders really nicely, and if we just go to the MyGreatPhone page, this is the mobile version, but let's take you to the full version. You can see the rendering times on here is absolutely great, and everything just looks really, really nice. So the web browser on here, I would have to say, is very, very good. The pinch and zoom, because of that quad-core processor, works very fast, and obviously you can also enter landscape mode, and it pretty does it instantaneously. So really, really nice speeds for web browsing and web page rendering as well. Now if we head over to YouTube, we should be able to show you what the video quality is like, and then also show you what the sound is like from the HTC One X. Now I've viewed a number of videos on here and I've had no problems at all. So once again, let's go to the MyGreatPhone YouTube page. Okay, and we'll just have a look at the Nokia Lumia 710 video that I did. I have to say, one thing that Google does, or Android has over the iPhone, is the YouTube application, and it is absolutely amazing on these Android operating system, whereas the iPhone version, it's just not good at all. So let's just turn it into landscape mode, and you should be able to see that that picture is really, really nice, and you're picking up all the detail. So let's just have a look at the sound here.
Every single minute. The UI of this phone is absolutely awesome, and it is so refreshing to see something with.
Okay, so the sound quality and pitch quality of the HTC Sense is really, really nice. So one other thing we need to talk about is that camera feature. So the camera is probably the main thing I like about it, and the usability of the camera, well, the features that the camera has to offer are absolutely excellent. So you do have a number of different styles that you can pick with the HTC One X. Okay, you've obviously got no effect, distortion, depth of field, dots, mono, country, and you can see it applies a filter straight over the top, and I really, really do like that feature. So let's just show you the picture taking. Now another great feature about the HTC One X is the ability to capture numerous pictures by just holding your finger on the button. So as you can see there, it's just rapidly catching picture over picture over picture. Now what I can do there is actually look at all the pictures and then choose the best shot, and then it will say the best shot will be saved and the rest of them will be deleted. So that's a really nice feature that you can pick from the use of the camera, especially if you're taking pictures of an outdoor event. You can just continuously hold your finger down and it's going to capture all those pictures. I think it captures 20 different pictures, and then you can pick your best one. So while we're talking about the camera, you can see the screen now that there's two shots I've taken. The one on the right hand side has been taken by the HTC One X, while the one on the left hand side has been taken from my iPhone 4S. And this is the only real major disappointment I have about the HTC One X, and this is because of that picture on the right hand side. It's just over contrasted, and it's just incorporated all those colours and over colorized them, so the reds aren't true and neither are the yellows, whereas the picture on the left of the iPhone 4S, it's actually a true representation of the item that I've taken, of that flower. So battery life on this, I've been using this for a whole week now, and to be honest with you, I've had no problems with it at all. I've been getting full day's uses out of it, whether I've been watching YouTube videos or making phone calls. Everything about it, you know, it's managed to withhold, and that's a really, really nice feature. Sound quality when calling has been absolutely excellent, and the dialer pad, well, you can just press those numbers and away you go. They're large enough so you're not going to be having a tight feel, and once again that's due to that massive screen. Now even though the massive screen is very good for certain aspects, holding it in your hand does cause a major problem, and I feel that this device is just a little bit too large even for my quite large hands. I feel that while pressing the button at the top, your sleep wake button, I'm also knocking the volume buttons. Now I don't know if that would be different if the buttons were on the other side, but overall this phone just feels far too large, and it could be better if it was just that little bit smaller. So is this the device to replace my iPhone 4S? Well, because of that keyboard and because of the camera and due to the just oversized device, it's not the one for me. I do really like the form factor of that unique curvature, so it's easily placed next to your ear, and that helps with the sound quality of making calls. That's just the largeness that makes it very difficult for me to use. So this has been our review of the HTC One X. Unfortunately, it's not going to be my daily handset, but it is a really, really nice device, and probably the fastest device that you're able to pick up at the moment. So thanks very much for watching, and we will catch you real soon.